Manchester United Football Club has a long and storied history, marked by periods of immense success, profound tragedy, and enduring global appeal. Here's a more detailed look at its journey. Founding and early years. Newton Heath, LYRFC, 1878. The club was founded by railway workers from the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, LYR Carriage and Wagon Works Depot at Newton Heath in Manchester. They initially played against other railway departments and teams from the area. Newton Heath became a founding member of the Football Alliance in 1889 and then joined the Football League in 1892. The club faced bankruptcy in 1902. J.H. Davies, a local brewery owner, invested in the club, becoming chairman. It was under his guidance that the club was renamed Manchester United on April 24, 1902. Under manager Ernest Mangnall, Manchester United won their first league championship in the 1907-08 season. This was followed by an FA Cup win in 1909 and a second league title in 1910-11, establishing the club as a significant force. After their early successes, the club experienced a period of decline, with limited silverware between the World Wars and relegation from the top flight on several occasions. The Sir Matt Busby era, 1945-1969, a new beginning. Sir Matt Busby was appointed manager in 1945. He quickly set about rebuilding the club, bringing a new professionalism and vision. Busby famously promoted youth, developing a thrilling, attacking team of young players who became known as the Busby Babes. This talented squad, featuring stars like Duncan Edwards, Bobby Charlton, and Tommy Taylor, won the league title in 1955-56 and 1956-57. The Munich air disaster. The club's golden generation was tragically cut short when their plane crashed on its return from a European Cup match in Belgrade. 23 people were killed, including 8 players. Despite the devastation, Busby, who was himself critically injured, incredibly rebuilt the team. Bobby Charlton, a survivor of the crash, became the team's talisman. 10 years after Munich, Manchester United, led by Bobby Charlton and featuring other survivors like Bill Foulkes and new stars like George Best and Dennis Law, won the European Cup, beating Benfica 4-1 at Wembley. This was a deeply emotional and symbolic triumph, fulfilling Busby's promise. After Busby's retirement in 1969, the club entered a period of transition with several managerial changes: Frank O'Farrell, Tommy Docherty, Dave Sexton. While they won the FA Cup in 1977 under Docherty, their league form was inconsistent, and they experienced a brief spell in the second division, 1974-75. The club struggled to consistently challenge for major honors during this time. The Sir Alex Ferguson era. Sir Alex Ferguson took over in November 1986. It took him time to build his own team and instill his winning mentality, facing early skepticism. His first significant success was the FA Cup in 1990, a victory often cited as saving his job and marking the turning point. Ferguson guided United to the inaugural Premier League title in 1992-93, breaking a 26-year league championship drought. This success ushered in an era of unprecedented dominance. The Treble, 1999. The absolute pinnacle of Ferguson's reign was the 1998-99 season when Manchester United achieved the historic treble, winning the Premier League, FA Cup, and UEFA Champions League. The Champions League final win against Bayern Munich, coming from behind with 2 injury-time goals from Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, is one of the most dramatic finals in history. Under Ferguson, Manchester United became a global sporting and commercial powerhouse, recognized and supported by millions worldwide. He cultivated legendary players like Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, David Beckham, Eric Cantona, Peter Schmeichel, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Wayne Rooney. Downfall. Manchester United, particularly in the post-Sir Alex Ferguson era, is a multifaceted story of a legendary club struggling to adapt, suffering from poor leadership, and losing its unique identity. It's not a single event, but a gradual decline marked by several key factors. 1. The retirement of Sir Alex Ferguson, 2013, and David Gill. This was the absolute seismic event. Sir Alex Ferguson wasn't just a manager. He was the undisputed figurehead, the sporting director, the disciplinarian, the tactical genius, and the psychological master. His departure left an enormous void that the club was completely unprepared to fill. Crucially, David Gill, the highly competent CEO who provided commercial stability and a strong footballing partnership with Ferguson, also departed at the same time. This left a power vacuum and a significant lack of footballing expertise at the very top of the club, managerial instability, and lack of a coherent vision. Since Ferguson, Manchester United has cycled through managers with wildly different philosophies, leading to constant upheaval and a lack of long-term planning. David Moyes, 2013 to 2014. The chosen one failed spectacularly. He struggled to handle the pressure, made questionable tactical decisions, and lost the dressing room. He was out of his depth, managing a club of United stature. Louis van Gaal, 2014 to 2016. Brought in with a strong pedigree, Van Gaal implemented a rigid, possession-based style that was often slow and boring. While he won the FA Cup, his tactical inflexibility and inability to excite the fans ultimately led to his dismissal. Jose Mourinho, 2016 to 2018. Mourinho delivered a League Cup and Europa League, showing he could still win trophies. However, his third season syndrome manifested, leading to a toxic atmosphere, public spats with players and the board, and an outdated tactical approach that fell behind modern football. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, 2018 to 2021. A club legend, Solskjaer brought back some positivity and a connection to the club's ethos. He had moments of brilliance, but ultimately lacked the tactical depth and ruthlessness to consistently challenge for major honors. His reliance on individual moments rather than cohesive team play was exposed. Ralf Rangnick, interim 2021 to 2022. Appointed to implement a football consultant structure, Rangnick quickly highlighted the deep-seated issues within the squad and club, but could not turn the tide on the pitch. His tenure was turbulent. Erik ten Hag, 2022. Ten Hag has faced significant challenges. Despite winning the League Cup in his first season, the team's inconsistency, tactical struggles, and issues with player discipline and fitness have continued to plague the club. Ruben Amorim, over approximately 300 days in charge, Amorim won just 7 Premier League matches, lost 19, and secured a goal difference of only +3 across 45 matches. In the 2024-25 season, United finished 15th in the Premier League with 42 points, endured a winless run at home, and collapsed late in the season, ultimately losing the Europa League final to Tottenham. The team experienced a humiliating Carabao Cup exit, knocked out by League Two side Grimsby Town after a 12-11 penalty shootout loss following a 2-2 draw. Following the Grimsby Cup exit, fans labeled him a coward for disengaged behavior during the shootout, and critique of his leadership intensified. Investment. While some fans argue Manchester United haven't invested enough, the numbers show otherwise. They've put forward significant financial resources, particularly in the summer of 2025. But it's clear they're not the biggest spenders. Still, their net spend remains among the highest in the league, reflecting high ambition, though the desired on-field returns have yet to materialize. Summer of 2025. United spent approximately £196.5 million in guaranteed fees, potentially rising to £214.5 million with add-ons. Latest breakdown of their major incoming transfers. Matheus Cunha, £62.5 million. Brian Mbeumo, £65 million. Benjamin Šeško, £66.3 million. Diego Leon, around £6 million. Comparison with other Premier League clubs. Liverpool, £291. 9M to £295.5 million, highest spender this window. Arsenal, £252 6M. Chelsea, £2 218M. Manchester City, £152 6M. Sustained investment over time. Comparing 5-year figures, United are one of the biggest net spenders in the league, though still behind Chelsea. Despite heavy investment, United have underperformed on the pitch relative to the fan base's expectations, a common criticism in recent years. Considering all the information, would you say Manchester United's struggles are more a result of misfortune or mismanagement? It's important to break things down into several categories. While luck plays a role in football, the issues United have faced over the past decade are largely attributed to bad management, both on and off the pitch. Key points suggesting bad management. 1. Poor executive leadership. After Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013, United lacked a strong footballing structure. Ed Woodward, a commercial expert, took over football operations of United with little footballing knowledge. Multiple failed managerial appointments, Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Solskjaer, Ten Hag, inconsistent recruitment, and no long-term football vision. 2. Chaotic transfer strategy. United have spent over £1.5 billion since Ferguson retired, one of the highest in Europe. Many big signings, Pogba, Maguire, Sancho, Lukaku, Di Maria, etc., underperformed or were misused. 3. High managerial turnover. Frequent changes in managers led to no continuity in tactics or squad building, constant rebuilding phases without results, mixed squad built by different managers with incompatible styles. 4. Injuries and squad depth. United have often had injury problems, especially in recent seasons. While this can be seen as bad luck, injuries also reflect poor squad planning, medical support, and over-reliance on fragile players. Training methods and fixture congestion management also play a role. 5. Ownership issues, Glazers out. The Glazer family's ownership has long been a point of criticism. They loaded debt onto the club after buying it, prioritized commercial growth over football success, slow to implement modern football structures. Final verdict. Manchester United's decline is primarily due to bad management, not bad luck. Years of poor decision-making, bad recruitment, inconsistent leadership, and an outdated footballing structure have led to their current state. They're now trying to fix it, but it's a long road back. See you in the next video. Stay fit.